Hey, what's happening, everyone? Trader Tim from EminiMind. It's Friday afternoon, finally getting a trade recap video out for the week. Lots to go over here, and both on kind of a macro and micro level. I wanted to start on the daily chart. We broke kind of a major swing low here back on the beginning of July this week, and you can see we've moved down to our up trend line that has been really going back for over here, the end of last year. So we had a shallower one, kind of 2022, 2023, picking up those lows. And then as we started to take off into 2024, the pullbacks have all taken us down to this uptrend line. So that's where we've pulled back to here, Thursday, and then now today, Friday. A little bit of a rally, but you can see how the close has taken us right to that swing low. If I flip to a retracement chart, the first retracement short came up and touched intraday really nicely, sold off. The second one has traded and actually sold off, and then today we kind of bounced intraday and sold off a little bit into the close, but both of these 50% have come into play and have traded. So the first one, I ended up buying puts at the close on the 23rd. Would have been nice if we were up at the 56.30 level, but we sold off intraday. They were still relatively cheap. Volatility didn't spike, and we're still at 16. That's super low. So wasn't as good of a low as a premium as if I would have bought them at the 50, obviously, but still, with the gift of the gap down the next day, that really was a gift and a nice run. I sold half of them at the close, and then I've got the other half here. I would really like us to gap down on Monday so that I can close the rest of these out. But we have the Fed meeting on Wednesday. I bought August 5th, so that's a week from Monday. I would never hold them till that time. Usually what happens is I hold them through the Fed meeting and then close them out on the Thursday after the Fed meeting. But since sometimes what happens is we're kind of flat into the Fed meeting, and then we get our move. After the Fed meeting Thursday, we get a big sell-off, and then sell off the following week. The last handful of Fed meetings, we've been selling off into, this goes back to like the last year, not every single Fed meeting, but half of them, I would say, we've sold off into the meeting and then either bounced or kind of been flat following the meeting. So since we got that sell-off already this week, I'll hold them to Monday, and hopefully if we get a little bit of move down, I can close those out. But already took a big profit from the initial drop on the 24th. So that's where we're at with the puts. I kind of struggled this week, specifically on Wednesday. Was able to kind of rally back today with a handful of good trades, but we'll go through all the trades and I'll kind of tell you what I was thinking and why I felt like I was struggling a little bit. Monday was a very early trade, only like 13 minutes in. Oops, let's see, 19th, we gotta go to the 22nd. And that's going to be right here. This pullback, I think actually Monday's market analysis video, I talked about this trade, so I won't go spend too much time on it, but pullback, bought above this. So when I say hammer, typically the definition of the hammer is like the body being a third of the candle size. Getting into half of the candle size, even like over here, this is right on the edge of being kind of a third of the whole from the high to the low. 50% of the candle, the body being 50% of the entire high to low candle. It's still, qualifiable to be a hammer. But I just wanted to point that out, like, being the low of the pullback, this bar, and being pretty dang close to a hammer with a strong move up, kind of those criteria helped push me over the edge to go long, and then just trailed the fourth bar here for a small win. So obviously if the candle's like this, it's much more of a pronounced hammer or even an inverted hammer like this guy here. Body very small relative to the whole candle, but if it was like a big body candle, well then there's no question that that's not a hammer, an inverted hammer. Spinning tops can be reversal signals as well, but I pretty much stick to as close as possible to like this kind of a shape of being a hammer, and just inverted for an inverted hammer. Nothing on the retracement side. Actually, I only had one retracement this week, and it was yesterday, but it was a really, really nice one. Tuesday didn't have anything. Wednesday is where I started to struggle. More so just kind of from a frustration standpoint. I did have 2 trades, and we can go over those here. And Monday also ended up with a double stop out on the 15-minute. So even though I had that small winner, ended up with both directions stopping me out on the 15-minute. So, and then Tuesday was just kind of blah. So by the time I got into Wednesday, we had the gap down, which was great for the puts, but then we would move lower and then only go like a tick or two lower and then bounce. And then here we wanted to tick lower and then we kind of bounced a little bit, moved sideways, sold off, went like a point or two lower, and then just kind of went sideways. Then another stronger sell off, but not really an entry into that. And then same thing here, kind of consolidate, dip a little lower by 1 or 2 ticks at a time. So I wasn't really having any luck getting into any shorts. And I came down here and I took this hammer as a long. The it was at 49 minutes in, 39 minutes in, and that one got barely a bounce, couple of ticks, and then rolled over. So that one stopped me out. Then I came over here and I had drawn up a retracement short like this, and took this inverted hammer at the 21 EMA, which I liked. Got some momentum. I left my stop alone because I was expecting us to roll over into new lows. We didn't. We went higher. So then that one took me out. And then we tagged up on the 50%, and that was the one that ended up rolling down for a bigger move. But I already had my 2 stop outs, so then I ended up passing on this one. So that it maybe a little bit frustrated. Wasn't a huge, they were only 3-point candles, so wasn't a huge losing day or anything like that. The saving grace there was the 15-minute triggered and then got its plus 20 fairly quickly. And then that was backed up with both yesterday, so Thursday and Friday, also got plus 20 on the first break. I'll show you those here. So Wednesday, first candle, and then went down in a hurry. Thursday here, we did not fill the gap. There's the gap fill. Here's the first candle, and then we sold off and got the plus 20 on, you can see it here, on the second candle down here before turning around. And then today was a little bit slower, but we broke above the first 15-minute candle. Stop was below the low, and it triggered kind of midday up in here, getting the plus 20. So that was nice to kind of get a little bit of a rally from the 15-minute opening range breakout. Didn't have anything Thursday for 1 minute, but I did have one really nice retracement on the 512. So let's go to that quick. 25th, it was right at just after the top of the hour. There wasn't any news, so it was just a minute or two after the top of the hour. And we had the 30-minute low. I'll remark that here. 25, oh, the wrong day. 30-minute low for that one was here. Okay, so, and look how beautifully we came down to the 30-minute low and bounced. Then we came straight through it. I didn't take this retracement here. It didn't come up and hit the 50, but it came close enough. And then we came down to its negative 23. And so seeing us bounce and having this drawn up. So at the time, you draw it up like this, and you're looking at the 30-minute low lining up exactly 54.54 with that 50% retracement. And so that was, I get excited about those. They don't always work out perfectly, but this one did, and came up. So 54.53.75 was the short entry. 2-point stop, and then that rolled over nice and quick. When we started to break lows here and roll over quickly, I just trailed each candle down, and you wouldn't trail this little candle here because this bigger one before it. So you leave your stop there until you break lows, and then when you break lows, then you start trailing down again. So down, down, down. Same with this. You get these two green bars. Well, my stop is still up here because we did not break lows on these next two candles. So was able to trail all the way down right to about here for almost a 10-point profit. So, and I've done away with the 3-point first target on those just because, like, this is a perfect example trade. You know, if you're only going to trade, let's say, 2 contracts, you could take the 3 points and then take, so it was 9 3/4 on the runner, or you could just forego the 3 points and take 2 contracts with 9 3/4 profit on each of them, and 9 is 3 times the 3-point runner or the 3-point first target. So yeah, you're going to miss out on the occasional trade that goes 3.5 points and reverses, but if you have the stamina to kind of stay in for the runners, then it is more profitable to do it that way. And then lastly, today, so that kind of got me a little bit going again. We also had the 15-minute retracement or 15-minute opening range breakout go to its 20-point target. Like I said yesterday, that kind of got me going again. That Wednesday rut or slump or whatever. I don't know if you can call it one day. Just felt off on Wednesday. It just wasn't. I was distracted maybe, or just wasn't really on my game. And then today, Friday, I had 2 1-minute trades, and those were 6:54. That's 24 minutes in. Long 6:54. That was this guy here. Yeah. This one was. Let's see, at the halfway back, and we stop. Okay, so that one was at the halfway back. It was another test of this 50% that already tested. We had the gap up. We've been holding the 61.8 here. Even like the closes on these candles held the 61.8. This was kind of our third test, but we had come down to the 21 EMA. Nice little hammer. I did like that we made the double top here because I felt like we could break up and rip through that hard. So I held it, and then I put my stop underneath this 6:59 candle because there was news coming out at the top of the hour. So I did get taken out before we broke into highs, but I got 3 points on that one. And then up here, when we made it up to the negative 23% retracement, we started to get these topping tails. And so this one, the next one I did was I took a short fairly quickly after that at 7:02 right here below the inverted hammer, and then that one got a quick push through, which was great. And then we came down, and I extended the 50% retracement like this, saw that we had this hammer sitting right at that 50% retracement, so I brought my stop above that high by a tick, and that's where it took me out. For that one was like 6, almost 7 points. So it doesn't look very big. These candles don't look very big, but I mean, this is almost a 6-point candle, 6-point candle. So compared to days we have been seeing, like today was a lot bigger. The range was bigger. We've been seeing the 15-minute opening range, being larger because of the just the larger overall ranges and the bigger moves. So that ended up being a solid day. And on top of that, got the 20 points from the 15-minute opening range breakout. So kind of salvaged the week here. And this is our kind of stair step of retracement shorts. But more importantly, before I switch charts, I did draw up the traditional retracement low to high here. Just because it kind of lined up with these prior highs. So it's 53.56. I had an extension drawn up like that, that there wasn't much support there. And really, I'm looking at the trend line here, this up trend line. Our next swing low isn't until back here at 52.05. So if we hold this week, You could draw a full halfway back like that for a bounce, but I'll be interesting to see how we trade this week along this 5504 or this coming week and kind of coming out of the Fed meeting as well. So that's what I got for you this week. And if you have questions, you can drop them in the comments below or pop over to Discord and post a chart and we can talk about things over there as well. So hope you have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.